Have you ever wondered what games you should keep or you should lose? Find out here at Purge Reviews.
In the Footsteps of Darwin is a little drafting game that I was able to play on Dice Tower Cruise. I'd never heard of it before. Pulled a random game. This was kind of interesting. The time was good to kind of learn it. So we sat down and learned the game, and we were up and playing quickly. I mean, you read this rule set, you can be ready to go in 10-15 minutes easy. We didn't have any problems with that. The game's a little bit of a drafting game. So with 2 players, it seems like it's a little more strategic. I'm going to move this. You're going to have these options. Maybe you can move it here or there, but I'm kind of penciling you in. In a 4-player game, there's 3 people moving the ship between my turns. So I can't really plan things out as well, and it becomes a little bit more chaotic about where things will go because everybody can move it a variable amount, and it could be pretty much anywhere by the time it gets back to me. Even so, the game is much more tactical. It's about choosing, what do I have here? I can move it +1 or -1, maybe if I have something that I could do that with. Otherwise, I'm kind of stuck where it went. I have the one of 2 or 3 options that I'm going to have there to be able to choose from, and how are those going to affect my board. Which one will be best for me, and do I want to use that limited resource of moving the ship to my benefit? Do I want to do that now, or maybe save that later, because I can kind of make this work versus, man, there's nothing here that I want. This will actually destroy my plans. Let's move the boat now and get another option. The game is very simple. There's only 4 or 5 options, really, about how you want to place these. The colors, you're getting the same type of animals, you get a little bonus scoring, and it all kind of works in a really quick package. The game really is 30 minutes or less. I think if anybody's taking much longer than that, then they're spending too much time on what should be limited, simple decisions here. The theme is okay. I think it works fine. I think the collection of animals is good, and moving the boat around is really fun. That little drafting and moving the boat around is really, really, really magnetic, and I really like how that interaction comes in with the game. Kind of like it more with less players than I do with more. It's not because of a time. It's just because I can kind of plan out what I'm doing more. I feel like I have more effect on the game rather than with a 4-player. I'm more just kind of reacting to what happens. Where 2, I feel like I'm more control. I'm determining what happens a little bit more. Maybe I'll move 1 because that just gives you this space because I really don't want to pass up that card, and kind of that will play into it. But it's kind of neat how it goes all the way around. So you always have, aspects of getting to that card that you want, and the one in the center will always probably be more available than it would be the ones on the ends, I suppose. Otherwise, really fun game. Check this one out. In the Footsteps of Darwin, one I can easily recommend to most gamers. It's a lighter game, but it gives you a lot of decision scope within that lightness and gives you different ways to kind of score points and what you want to focus on. And in most of my plays, it's just naturally people are going after different strategies, and that's good to see. Excellent game for us. Here is In the Footsteps of Darwin. You can see him making notes and the beagles there, and that'll all play into the game. You're going to get a rule book and a couple books. We'll take a look at those in a few minutes. Here is your beagle. It's not stickered. Maybe it is, but it comes all stickered when you get it. You get a nice little bag to put your tiles in, and these little books, and they kind of hold things for you as you're playing. You're going to get a Darwin. This is going to be worth 2 points as he moves around, and a little score sheet. You have plenty of these. I don't really use these to score. Your tiles are going to be really nice. These are going to be thick. You can see the animals that will be listed on the countries and a little bit of information. Very, very nice tiles. They fit really well in here. It also tells you how many tiles you're going to need per game. A nice little touch. Then you're going to have your scoring tiles with the little icons, etc. Those work really, really well. And then inside of here, you're going to have your little player boards in different colors. They all kind of work the same, but they do have a different color up here just to signify what they do. There's no asymmetrical powers or anything like that. And then finally, you're going to have the different colors, etc. that you'll have on here. It all looks really, really well. Lastly, what you're going to have in here is your player board. This will have kind of the world on the back of it. It's kind of nice, but you'll never look at it because you'll always be looking at this place where you put the tiles and your pieces when you're playing. Very nice. Everything in here is very thick. It's overproduced a little bit, but I'm appreciative of that because it's very nice stuff. You're going to get 2 books with the game. This first one's an appendix. It just kind of tells you about all the people and the animals and stuff in the game. Nice and appreciative, but nothing that I'll ever read. Here is the rule book that you're going to get. It's very nice paper actually attached. You're going to get a little bit of history in the beginning. Then you're going to have a picture of the components over here, how to set up with a full picture, which is much appreciated. Breaks down of the tiles, etc., how to play, takes you through. You're going to have plenty of examples in here with pictures you can see. So very, very nice rule book. I was able to probably read this within 5 or 10 minutes. I just got this off the shelf at Dice Tower Cruise. Was able to play this right away. The special actions are all explain through here and how to score, etc. An explanation of all the tiles. Very, very good rule book. A+ on this one. The set game is very easy. You're going to put your compasses here, you're going to put your people here, and you're going to put 3 random scoring tiles out here, and you'll shuffle the remainder of those up. You're going to take 9 of these, and you're going to put these out, and these will be kind of your starting tiles, if you will. And then you'll take 12 of these tiles per player, and you'll shuffle them up, and that will kind of be your supply for the game. When the tiles run out, the game is over, you'll score up and see who the winner is. When the game starts, everybody's going to have a person that they will have, and this will be important later on in just a second. The first player will get the first player marker, which is worth 2 points, and the beagle will be set out in its starting location. So when the game starts out, it's very easy. You can take one of these 3 tiles here. You can do whichever one you want. So let's just say he took this one, and what he would do is he'd put it on the red lizard space here on his pile, and then he's good, and that's going to be worth 3 victory points. Then you would replace this tile, and because it was the second tile, the beagle moved 1 and 2. Now what's going to happen is the next player is able to scoot and choose any one of these tiles in this column. Let's say he didn't want to do that. He didn't like those. He can use one of these people. They're all the same, and there's different pictures. He can get that up, and he can move back 1, or he can move forward 1. Now, for the most part, these animals are going to populate the board down here. There's a few different ones. This one right here will just give you victory points. This one right here will allow you to pick up one of those people. And like I showed you, those people let you either flush the board or it allows you to move the beagle back and forth. One of these right here with a compass, if you're able to get one of those, will simply give you a compass. And you can have up to 5 of these as the game progresses. You can have these scrolls here. Now, scrolls are nice because compasses are worth nothing unless you have a scroll. So for every scroll that you have, you multiply by the number of compasses you have at 70 points. So at 5 compasses and 1 tile with a scroll, that's 5 victory points in the game. But if I had 2 scrolls, like if I had both of these on there, then those 5 compasses are now worth 10 points. So that's how those can work for you. Now there are people that will come out. Those don't populate the board. Those will just sit over here, give a maximum of 3. But like this one gives you a free scoring tile and gives you a person that you can add. The only little extra is this crown. So if you play someone with the top crown, then you take the Darwin token. If you happen to have the Darwin token at the end of the game, he's worth 2 victory points. That's what he's going to do. So you would get your compass and you would be able to take that pattern. Now, if you're ever able, if you must, let's say you had this bug guy out, and you get another bug and you put him on top of it, that's fine. That's a legal move. That would allow you to take one of these scoring tiles. And this is one of the main ways to score it in the game. So if you place it on top, you can score one of these. This is an example. 2 for every person you have. That's viewable. Remember, you'll be putting stacks on top. 2 for every one of these scoring tiles you have. Or 1 for every crown that's visible on yours. So that's another way to score. And you can have up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of those. Now, if you ever get a row or a column full up, then you can take any one of these, and that's worth 5 victory points. The artwork on it doesn't matter. They're just worth 5 victory points at the end of the game, and you kind of place them right there. So what you're going to be doing each turn is you're going to be drafting a tile. You're going to be putting it on the matching location here on your board. And then, since I took the third one, the beagle move 1, 2, 3, and then you would refill the board with a tile to replace the one that you grabbed. That's how you play in the Footsteps of Darwin. Who should buy this game? Anybody looking for a light game? If you like drafting games, this has a little bit of a unique drafting style to it. The points, understanding the game, and teaching is rather quickly, and everything plays in less than 30 minutes was a big boon for this. If you like the theme, I think it's here. It's a little bit thin, but it's fine. If you don't like the theme, I wouldn't worry about it too much because it doesn't hamper the game experience at all. Although somebody going out and looking at animals and collecting them, I'm not sure that would be negative to most people. The game is quick. You can play this with your kids. You can play this with gamers and have a light affair. Maybe start off a night of Darwin-esque games, I guess, or themed games. This will fit the bill for you. Surprise for us. We actually like this one quite a bit and immediately purchased it. Great for us. And one I can easily recommend for you, Keeper.